Hi, I'm Dr. Yopp, an advanced grief recovery method specialist certified through the Grief Recovery Institute. Let's talk about grief. There are 4 takeaways today that I want you to know and to remember about grief according to the Grief Recovery Institute and the Grief Recovery Method. Number 1, grief is a neglected and misunderstood process due to years of us being socialized to believe certain myths about grief. And in a different episode of Takeaways About Grief, we will discuss those 6 major myths of grief. Number 2's takeaway: grief is the normal and natural reaction to loss of any kind. Loss of relationship to death, loss of a loved one to divorce, loss of income, moving, any loss. It is normal and natural to grieve that loss. And takeaway number 3: grief consists of conflicting feelings caused by the end of or change in a familiar pattern of behavior. And what do I mean by conflicting emotions? Well, for example, your loved one dies. On one hand, you may feel a sense of relief that they're no longer suffering. On the other hand, you feel sadness because you realize that you'll no longer be able to hold their hand or hear their voice, right? So you have those conflicting feelings of relief, they're no longer suffering, and sadness, they're no longer here. Those conflicting feelings are all a normal part of grief. The last takeaway about grief today is that grief is about a broken heart, not a broken mind. So attempting to heal a broken heart with the head, with intellectual comments like, oh, don't feel bad, it could have been worse, or at least you can have more children, oh, you're still young, at least you have children who are still alive. These intellectual statements, though they may be true, are not helpful tools to heal a broken heart. Reach out to me. Text me at 813-324-4474 to learn more about the Grief Recovery Method and how to properly resolve your grief.